Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hazy. I'm a working mom of a 2-year-old named Alina. There are a lot of different methods out there on toilet training, and there's no right or wrong way of doing it, of course. It's entirely up to you which toilet training approach you think suits you, your child, and your lifestyle. I personally like Montessori approach because it seems more relaxed, simple, respectful for the child, and involving the child in the learning process. In Montessori method, potty learning is considered just like any other milestone, so the child is learning to use their potty just like they're learning how to do anything else. Just like walking, just like talking, which don't require training. So in today's video, I'm going to share how to toilet train a toddler Montessori way and how I prepared my daughter for potty learning, which was started long before I set her on the potty. And I'm also going to show you the first day of our potty training so you can see what it looks like and what to expect on the first day of your child's potty training. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So what makes Montessori potty learning different is that it follows the development of the child. It's gradual, it's natural, and it's at the child's own pace. We're simply there to guide them and help them along the way by setting up an appropriate toilet environment and setting up a routine for them. There isn't any expectation that they're going to become fully toilet trained in a certain time period. It's entirely up to the child when they do it. So unlike traditional toilet training, which is adult directed and it's on the adult's time, Montessori potty learning begins when your child is physically and psychologically ready, and we just support them, guide them along the way rather than training them with a time pressure. Another big difference of Montessori potty learning is that we don't reward them with stickers or candy when they successfully go to the potty or punish them when they have accidents, because what they're going through is part of the process and you don't want to bribe your child with treats and rewards when it's supposed to be a learning experience. So toddlers usually enter a sensitive period for potty learning between 18 to 24 months. That's when they're most able to learn to use the potty with ease. So if you are aiming to get this process done sooner than later, you really want to make sure that your child is in the sensitive period for potty learning and introduce the potty before this window. And then watch for your child to show signs of readiness. If you're starting it too soon while they're not just quite ready, it's just going to take so much longer and it's going to be very stressful for both of you. So, how do you prepare your toddler for potty learning? It seems likely that you can speed up the process and make potty learning less stressful by actively preparing your toddler. You want to help them aware of their bodily function and elimination, and it starts long before we ever sit them on the potty. And the most important thing in the process is communication. From the time when they're really young, as we change their diapers, you are talking to them about their bodily functions, explaining to them what we are doing and what's happening, because it's a great learning opportunity to talk about their body parts and its functions. And maybe you want to let your child see you use toilet, talking about toileting using the correct terms like penis, vagina, urine coming from the bladder, and moving the bowel. So you're getting them acclimated to the idea of it and getting them used to the language and the general idea of going to the toilet early on. Once they become a little older and able to stand up, having them stand up to diaper them so that they can be part of the process. If you're lying on your back, you have no control in the process, but if you're standing, you can actually see actions. You can participate in pulling down the pants, opening up the nappy tabs, taking it off, and so much more. You're talking to them each step along the way exactly the same way every time, and this allows them to start taking ownership of the routine rather than being a passive observer to their own self-care. Another big aid in helping your child understand to use the potty is to, whenever you can, show your child where the content of the diaper goes and let him or her flush it down the toilet. And you can say things like, "This is where the poop goes." I've been doing this ever since Alina was around 15 months old. Alina finds this fascinating. She loves to flush it down and she always says goodbye to her poo-poo. This just helps them understand the concept of using the toilet. Another thing you can do is that you might want to get the potty out in the bathroom so that they can explore it and get familiar with the environment. Let them sit on the potty if they want to. It's just getting comfortable about going to the toilet and sit on the potty. If they don't want to sit, no problem. There's no forcing or any expectations involved. And maybe read books together about using a potty ahead of time. Seeing a character that they can relate to in a book helps them to understand the basics of using the potty as well. So how do you know if your child is actually ready for potty learning? Your child will need to be physically ready to control their bladder and bowel. If you notice your child has dry nappies for at least 2 hours at a time and wake up from a nap dry, or having regular bowel movements at consistent times during the day, your child might be ready. Willingness to sit on the potty is a big thing. We want them to be interested in the potty and willing to sit on the potty. If your child is freaked out about the idea and is afraid of the potty, they are not ready. They need some time and it's okay. You don't want to force them or pressure them to sit on the potty. The whole thing will just become a power struggle and you don't want that. And if your child comes to you and says in some way that they have wet or soiled diapers because they are starting to realize it feels uncomfortable, it's a good indicator that they are aware of what's going on and possibly ready for potty learning. So your child might want some privacy when they know they have to go in the diaper, or they're interested in what you're doing in the bathroom. They might start to follow you and start asking you questions, or your child might even tell you that they have to go. There are lots of signs that you want to look out for, but
a few moments later.
So how do you set up the environment? Once your child is showing interest in using the potty, maybe even before, you're going to set up the environment. Ideally, if your bathroom is big enough, the potty station would be located in the bathroom, but it was not practical for us to put the potty in our bathroom, so I put it right in front of Alina's bedroom, which is still close to the bathroom and close to her functional kitchen where she can wash her hands. This allowed her to use the potty with some privacy as well, so you need to select a spot in the house that works for you as a family. So you want to have the setup that they don't have to ask you when they need to go. At the beginning of the process, yes, of course, you need to be there and help them as needed, but when you set up the environment, it really needs to be set up so that they can be independent from the very beginning. So you want to make sure that everything they need is accessible to them so that they know that I can do this. I don't have to wait or depend on somebody. I can change my own clothing because I know where things are, because I know everything I need is within my reach. So first, you need either potty or a toilet seat with a stool, whichever works for you. We decided to use potty chair to start with. Realistic looking white potty chairs are preferable over flashier varieties. You want to make sure that this is not an entertainment time, because as soon as they get too comfortable sitting on the potty and see it as a playtime or reading time, they stop paying attention to the body. We want them to listen to their own bodily needs during the toilet time. Ours looks like a mini version of a regular toilet, and it makes a flushing sound, and that's about it. And then we have a bathroom basket with clean underwears, clean elastic bands, and some wipes for wiping the legs because they sometimes just stand up too quickly and have some dribble. And we also have some washcloths with a spray bottle with some water and vinegar in it so they can clean up the floor themselves if there is any mess. And we have a toilet paper with a holder which makes it easier to use, and we also have a small rubbish bin right next to the toilet. Also, you want to have a basket with dirty clothes, so once they take off wet or soiled underwear, they know where to put them. I just want to quickly go back to the underwear. Buy the ones with some sort of image or cartoon character on one side so that it's obvious for them to know which side is what, because it's tricky for them. If yours don't have something on one side, this is what I did. I marked with a stamp on the front so that she knows which is front. Probably the only time that they can drink sweet fruit just as much as they like. So yeah, just let them drink and drink and drink all day long so they can practice. I added some orange juice into the water dispenser that we use every day. This gives a bit of color and taste in the water, and Alina got excited and this worked for us. Just so you know, this is day 1 of Alina's first day of potty learning. It's actually our second attempt. She regressed pretty quickly after the first attempt, which was about a couple of months ago, because we were going back and forth with diapers while we were on a holiday, and It just didn't work. She wasn't ready, I wasn't ready, so we had a break for a few weeks, and so this is Alina's day 1 of second try. So on the first day, you're going to want to take your child to the potty every half an hour. I know it sounds a little extreme, but remember your child is drinking a lot of fluids to practice, so their bladder will fill up quickly. As they're being more successful and staying dry longer, you can stretch the time out. I found that using a timer is really helpful at the beginning of the process because you don't want to ask your child if they have to go. They will say no because they don't want to stop whatever activity that they are doing. So having a timer tells us that it's time to go to the potty helped a lot. That way I could keep it very matter of fact and very routine and consistent with timing. It's not like I'm telling her to go or asking her to go. When the timer goes off, she hears the cue and we both know it's time to go to the potty. Let's go. Your child might say no, and if they say no, that's a no. We can't make them toilet, just like we can't make them eat or sleep. You can still try asking questions like, do you want to use a potty or a big toilet? Do you want to run to the potty or walk really slowly? They need to feel in control of the process, and they need to feel that they have a say in what their body is doing because it's their body and you need to respect that.
Come on. 쉬 마려우면 말할 거야? 지금은 안 마려워? 알았어.
And if they tell you no and then have accidents, which will happen, then stay calm and use a neutral voice. Do not make them feel ashamed, and you just state the obvious. Oh, you wet your pants, now we need to go and get changed. And you just simply remind them that urine and bowel movements go into the toilet or potty, and then next time let's try and sit on the potty. And then you and your child clean up the accidents together, which is important. Get changed and you just move forward from it. Speaking of cleaning the floor together, I got the mops out and ready to use for the big day, knowing that the entire house is going to be Alina's toilet, so that every time there is an accident, I'll grab my mop and Alina will grab her mop and we clean up the floor together, and she loved it. After the first day, there were a lot less accidents happen, so we used the spray bottle instead from day 2. And when they successfully use the potty, you basically do nothing. In fact, it's so easy to say, good job, well done, or you might even feel like giving them candy rewards or stickers or excessive celebration, but they don't need our approval or our praise for their accomplishment. When Alina first used the potty successfully, she was excited, she was so proud of herself, and she was enjoying the feeling of accomplishment, and she really didn't need anything from me apart from an acknowledgement. So all you need to say is, oh, you sat on the potty and peed with an excited face, and that's about it. Again, you just move forward for a minute and repeat the process as many as possible because it's important for the child to be able to repeat and get the sequence and become comfortable with the process. Once you see that they are being more successful and staying dry longer and able to initiate the toiletry, you can have a regular schedule, something like before and after they sleep, after meals, before and after they come in from a walk, or between their activities, never interrupting if they're in the middle of activity. So it's all of the normal times of the day, and whenever there is a transition time, that's when they are able to go and use the potty. Going back and forth with diapers is very confusing for kids, so once they're in the toilet learning process, it's recommended that you ditch diapers all at once. However, some people choose to use diapers for sleeping and some other people choose to use diapers for outings because that works for them, and that's your choice, and that's okay. We're still using diapers for Alina for sleeping, and we initially used diapers to go out because that worked for us as a family. Another trick that I like to do for Alina's nap time is that I put an aunt inside the pull-up, that way it's easier to contain any moisture and Alina will still know it's wet. So on the first day of Alina's potty learning, she used the potty successfully about 3 times and we missed all the rest including the bowel movements. And I had a doctor's appointment which was not comfortable, so we were out for about 5 minutes and she ran in the car, so we had to wash few times, and other times we used the timer every hour too. In terms of bowel movement, she missed it 3 days in a row, and on the 4th day she finally went into the potty, and ever since then she used the potty for number 2 as well. Guys, just remember, every child is different. Some children are ready at 18 months and others are ready at 3. Trust your child that they are capable of learning in their own time, and trust that they want to succeed and be independent. They'll get it when the time is right for them. I hope this video is helpful for anyone who's looking to begin the toilet learning process Montessori way. If you have any questions or tips and tricks that work for you, please feel free to leave a comment down below. If you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up. I create videos about Montessori at home, play ideas for toddlers, and Montessori inspired home makeover. So if that sounds like something you want to watch more of, you might want to consider subscribing to my channel so you get notified when I upload the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.